Hi guys, it's James here from the Energy Drinks Awareness Campaign, and Pauline from Work4U Plus has kindly asked me to put together this short video basically reminding you guys of all the dangers and the side effects that can come with drinking these energy drinks. So those of you who actually attended the Work4U Plus program will probably remember my story. Basically, I was addicted to the energy drinks as well, and to the point where I was drinking maybe 4 energy drinks every single day, which is absolutely crazy to think about. So of course my story all started in secondary school. I attended St Joseph's Boys High School as well, just up the road from Work4U Plus. And it all started then when I started in first year. That was back in 2011. Didn't really know anybody. Was the only person to come from my primary school to actually go to that secondary school. So when I did actually settle in and make a few mates, the first thing I noticed about them as well is everybody was drinking these energy drinks. Whether it was they had a bottle of Lucozade that they were carrying around in their blazer, or even they were drinking like a tin of Monster at lunchtime or whatever it may be, was just pretty crazy to think about. So that's the first thing I noticed about all the new mates that I was making at this school, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same for a lot of secondary schools. All across the country as well. So of course when you see your mates are doing something, you're probably going to end up doing it yourself. It's basically just instinct and peer pressure really. So that's of course what I done. So what I actually done was on the way home from school I went to the shop, and of course I picked up the first drink that I saw, the first energy drink. The one that appealed to me the most was BPM. It's like a red bottle. It was quite cheap. It was like £1.10 or something for one bottle. When I started drinking this bottle of BPM, like it wasn't even one drink a week. It was maybe one drink every 2 weeks. I wasn't even addicted at that point. It was a nice drink because of the flavour, and the bright colouring as well will attract me to, actually go and buy that drink as well. So the point was, it wasn't even one energy drink every 2 weeks. It was probably like one energy drink every 3 weeks. It wasn't even that major. And to the point where it actually got to maybe one a week, and then one a week turned into one a day, which was bad enough on its own, to the point where it was 2 a day, 3 a day, and then it got all the way up to 4 energy drinks a day that I was drinking, which was pretty crazy to think about, of somebody my age drinking 4 energy drinks every single day non-stop. So of course with drinking 4 energy drinks every single day, that is going to have some negative implications on your health. So I just wanted to talk to you guys or remind you about some of the dangers that these energy drinks can actually come with. So insomnia is basically the inability to get to sleep at night. So the reason for this is because you're drinking these energy drinks throughout the day, you will be drinking so much caffeine from these energy drinks to the point where your body's just so alert and so, active, and to the point where when you try to go to sleep, you just can't do it because your body's got so much caffeine. Even just this small tin of Red Bull, this is the smallest one that they make. And looking on the back of this, it says there's 32 milligrams of caffeine per 100 mils, and this is a 250 ml can, so you're going to have well over 64 anyways in that one can alone. And then you have this one here, which will cost you about £2 in the shop. It's just ridiculous. This is the biggest one Red Bull make, and it's 473 milliliters. And this one here actually has 32 milligrams of caffeine per 100 ml, so it's the same as the small one, but of course it is nearly twice the size. So that one's going to have maybe, I think it's about almost 150 milligrams of caffeine in one can, which is pretty crazy for somebody of my age to be drinking maybe 4 of them every single day. So the next one I want to talk about is increasingly scary. This one is chest pains. So if you play sports, you probably have incurred a stitch, or even if you're just out running, you get like a stitch in your side, kind of like a little pain, and you will have to stop running or doing what you're doing at the moment just so you can recuperate your breath and stuff like that, and you can actually catch your breath, and then that pain should go away. This is the best way I can describe these chest pains from the energy drinks. It's kind of like a stitch in your side, except it's all across your chest, or maybe just on the left side where your heart's located. And of course these chest pains, they were actually quite painful. And there was no notice that these pains were coming on at all. You would never know that they were going to happen. It would just happen, and that was it. There was no notice or whatsoever. So it is particularly scary to think that, you could be having, you don't know what this pain is. You're like, am I having a heart attack or something? It's really quite scary to think about that just energy drinks alone can do this to you. So the next one that I want to talk about as well is the headaches. So these energy drinks, of course, you will probably have had a headache if you've had energy drinks before, and they're not the nicest thing to have as well, because nobody likes a headache whatsoever. They're just such a pain in the backside, to be honest. And of course, this is really annoying because when the teenagers, like maybe 12, I was 11 when I started drinking these energy drinks, 11 or 12. So to think that I was doing my schoolwork, wasn't even at my GCSEs yet. By the time I got to my GCSEs, I was about 15 or 16 years of age, and I was drinking maybe 3 or 4 energy drinks per day anyways. So to think that I was getting such bad headaches, I couldn't focus on my schoolwork, because there's just no way you can focus on your schoolwork when you've got such a banging headache as well. It's just impossible. So you are going to fall behind in your schoolwork as well, and that's just kind of one of the recurring effects of these energy drinks can have on your schoolwork and your social life as well. So it actually got to the point where I ended up missing out on the chance to go to university, because I actually dropped out of my tech course when I got put in the hospital just because of these energy drinks. So it's kind of shocking how much you can miss out on from drinking energy drinks alone. So now I want to discuss one of the most frequent things that I incurred throughout my story with energy drinks. And little beknownst to me, I actually developed a condition called gastritis, which is essentially where the lining within your stomach has eroded away, so that anything fizzy, such as energy drinks or even spicy foods, can attack the outer wall of your stomach and basically just make it really painful. So it would be the point, like the same thing with the chest pains. These would come without any warning whatsoever. So I could be fast asleep at night, and then I'd just wake up and I get these incredible pains in my stomach, and I'd be cramping over on the edge of my bed, just trying to cramp out the pains with tears in my eyes as well, because it was just that painful at maybe 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And with these insane stomach pains, it was just unbelievable. Can't describe how bad these pains were. And again, that's kind of like the insomnia one. If I'm up all night because of these pains in my stomach, it's not good because of these pains in the first place. But to think that I have to be up for college or school the next morning at 8 o'clock to be in for 9, it's really not good, and I'm not getting enough sleep that I probably should be, especially for you guys, the age maybe 14, 15 or 16 that are developing adults and need a lot more sleep than the general adult probably does. So hopefully guys, that has actually recapped your brain into sort of the dangers that are associated with these energy drinks as well. So the best thing for it as well, especially if you're going into the shop, try and ignore the energy drinks is the best thing to be doing. Because if you go into the shop and you see such a bright coloured bottle like this one, like the Lucozade Orange, and you can get like light blue ones, there's so many different colours, and they're just really attracting to your eye as well. So if you go into the shop and you see a bottle of water just clear like this, it's pretty boring, to be honest. But when you go into a shop and you see something like this, obviously the first thing you're drawn to is this one because of the bright colours as well. So the best thing to be doing for yourself, guys, is to just be buying the bottled water. It's the best thing that you can do as well. And of course, it is free from the tap at home, so you can't beat that with saving your money as well. So thanks very much, guys, and thanks for Pauline from Work4UPlus for actually letting me make this video today. And hopefully it has recapped your brain into the dangers about energy drinks. Again, if you want to check out my story around energy drinks, it's facebook.com/energydrinksaware, and it will probably be in the link as well. So thanks very much, guys, for watching, and stay safe.